Unmuted. She didn't hear. All right. Yeah. Well, then of course I speak with my vertical so that you can see duties and economic.
You don't see?
Why you're suggesting if you do like this? Along with duties, both can be seen. You can start the audio.
Yes, Guruji, I should play the same or something else?
What she should play, she's asking.
Nectar.
Yes.
Nectar. That can be really shaped.
Yes, Guruji.
Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Jaya Jaya Deva Hare.
The killing of Bakasura. As Krishna enacted his human-like pastimes, he looked very attractive with a necklace hanging on his chest when he woke just before sunrise. After taking breakfast, Krishna met his playmates and prepared to leave for the day. Following the principles of Vaishya Dharma, Krishna and his powerful brother Balaram collected the calves and went out to the forest every day. They brought the thirsty calves to a reservoir of clear, cool water and left them on the banks to feed on the fresh sprouts and soft shoots of grass. At that time, Krishna, the beautiful enchanting cowherd boy who performs wonderful pastimes and protects the whole creation, saw an unusual demon in the shape of a gigantic crane. Kamsa had sent this demon to kill Krishna. He was known as Bakasura, the demoniac brother of Putana. As a good tantric can see the future, Bakasura understood that Krishna fit the description of Kamsa's dreaded enemy. Bakasura immediately opened his ferocious beak in an attempt to swallow the Lord. His lower beak lay on the ground, and his upper beak pierced the heavenly planets. It seemed he intended to devour all the living entities on earth and in heaven. Krishna's friends felt great anxiety as they beheld that fearful monster. The playmates of Krishna said, "O brother, this creature cannot be a bird because he is about to swallow us all in his deadly mouth. Seeing its aggressive behavior, it must be a demon in the form of a huge crane, so we should quickly run from here. His body is taller than the peak of Mount Kailas. It will be very difficult for us to escape from his gaping mouth." To assure his dear friends of his protection, Krishna glanced at them with a delicate smile that captivated their minds and satisfied their hearts. Krishna, the undaunted one, who awards fearlessness to everyone in creation, smiled at the boys and moved near the demon. In a second, that dreadful crane swallowed Krishna. Seeing this seemingly irreversible calamity, Balaram and the boys exclaimed, "Alas, alas, what a disaster!" The demigods, observing from the sky, fell unconscious. As a camel spits out fresh mango leaves immediately after chewing them, or a man experiences a fiery feeling in his sinuses if he takes water up his nose. Similarly, that demon felt a burning sensation from swallowing Krishna and tried to spit him out. The demon suffered immense distress as Krishna simultaneously constricted and expanded his throat with a violent force, while rapidly flapping his wings in an attempt to eject Krishna from his throat. The demon felt his life airs rushing out of his heart. Krishna escaped from the mouth of the demon, just as the moon slips out from the mouth of Rahu, or as the sun escapes from the grip of a dense monsoon cloud. Krishna appeared like a lion cub coming out from the mouth of a mountain cave, or a devotee attaining deliverance from the dark well of material existence. Surprisingly, Krishna's clothing and ornaments had not become the least bit sullied by passing through the saliva-filled throat of that demon. Looking fresh and beautiful, Krishna whispered some loving words to awaken his friends who had fallen unconscious on the banks of the Yamuna. Renewing his deadly attack, Bakasura tried to pinch Krishna and his beaks. Krishna grabbed the demon's beaks and split them in half just as easily as a child splits a blade of grass. Rivers of blood flowed in all directions. The two pieces of his dead body looked like twin mountain peaks lying on the ground. The denizens of the higher planets happily showered flowers from Nanda Kana, Indra's celestial gardens, upon Bakari Krishna. Celebrating the victory, the Gandharva and Kinnara women danced and cried in jubilation. Their teardrops, which washed away their cudgel and fell through the sky, appeared like celestial honeybees dancing amidst the flowers falling from heaven. Dundubi drums resounded everywhere, proclaiming the triumph. Astonished by this wonderful pastime of Krishna, Vaivasvata Manu and many other sages offered prayers. Witnessing this transcendental feat, Krishna's playmates were immersed in divine joy. The boys felt that they had regained their lives upon seeing Krishna, the Lord of their hearts, walking confidently like a royal bull elephant. Being late afternoon, the cowherd boys collected their calves and returned to Vrindavan along with their charming friend. The soft, artistically shaped palms of Krishna's beautiful hands resembled Kadamba flowers. The cowherd boys raced to their homes to tell their parents all about Krishna's remarkable pastimes. Though tired and breathing heavily, they tried their best to explain Krishna's exploits. Due to exhaustion, their voices choked up, but their mispronounced words sounded very sweet and satisfying to their parents. The pleasure of hearing about Krishna's killing Bakasura quickly removed everyone's anxiety. The young Gopas said, "Mother, listen to the amazing adventure we had today. You will be surprised to hear how Krishna showed his incredible strength. With our own eyes, we saw him easily vanquish a formidable demon. Driven by false ego, Bakasura tried to kill us. His extremely sharp beaks felt as hot as fire, but just using his bare hands, which are softer and cooler than lotus flowers, Krishna broke that demon's beaks as easily as a child splits a blade of varana grass. By killing that demon, Krishna finished all the devious acts of that demon." The sweet talks of the cowherd boys filled their mother's ears with nectar. At first, Mother Yashoda felt afraid upon hearing that the demon tried to swallow the boys. As she heard more about her son's expertise in killing that awesome demon, Yashoda and the other mothers felt slightly relieved and smiled mildly. Yashoda thought to herself, "Alas, even though I left Mahavan to escape the harassment of demons, they are still attacking my son. My son is very bold and restless. But what can I do and where can I go? By destiny I am confused and cannot understand the plan of providence." After bathing and feeding Krishna his evening meal, Yashoda, the abode of maternal affection, said, "From now on, just stay home. Please do not go out to the forest. We have so many men to do this work, so now you can stop tending the calves. You need not take so much trouble for this." Krishna replied, "But mother, actually all these stories about my heroic exploits are just lies. Do not worry about all these things." Overflowing with love, Yashoda laid Krishna down to rest on a valuable bedstead. Krishna's eternal form is that of a 15-year-old youth. However, his Kumara and Pagonda Leelas, childhood and boy pastimes, also eternally remain within his body. According to his sweet will, Krishna manifests one particular pastime form or another. Krishna displays these different pastime periods to fulfill the desires of his devotees, who themselves are wish-fulfilling creepers. Although the stages of his childhood, boyhood, and youthful pastimes differ in nature, they do not conflict with each other. Krishna, the embodiment of transcendental bliss, maintains his eternal Kaishora Rupa form of youth within himself. His pastimes, therefore, do not undergo any transformation. In order to nourish his Balya Leela, childhood pastimes, Krishna conceals his 6 opulences and his form of eternal youth by his own sweet will. This is the explanation of Krishna's pastimes. Although Krishna showed his manifold opulences when he killed Putana, Trinavarta, and other demons, he quickly hid these powers in order to preserve the sweet mellow of Vatsalya Ras, parental love. Therefore, the influence of Krishna's divine majestic powers, Aishvarya, remain in the background so that he can relish the sweet flavor, Madhurya, of his Vrindavan pastimes with his intimate loving servants. Within Krishna's transcendental body of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, the various mellows of parental affection, friendship, and paramour love reach perfection. Why does Krishna perform these pastimes? To favor his devotees who are fixed in the moods of Vatsalya, Sakya, and Madhurya Bhavas. Krishna allows himself to come completely under their control. The various pastime periods of Krishna are eternal and beyond judgment and argumentation. At this time, Krishna accepted the flute as his dearest musical instrument. He astonished the people of Vrindavan with the incredible artistry and expertise of his flute playing. Commenting on this, the Brajavasi housewives said, "O dear Krishna, your lips that previously tasted only your mother's breast milk now relish the soft notes of your flute. Which guru has taught you to play so sweetly? O darling Krishna, if you play your melodious flute again, I will adorn your face with tilak." In response, Krishna played exquisitely on his flute to please the hearts of all. Krishna's magnificent dark body glistens like a tamal tree. With his bright yellow dhoti, he looks like a wild elephant cub covered with saffron. A garland of fragrant wildflowers swings over Krishna's ankles while he roams and sports from forest to forest just like a baby elephant. Every day, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and other demigods descend to Vrindavan to have darshan of Sri Krishna. Rama, bewildered. After saving the boys and calves from the mouth of Aghasura, death personified, Krishna, who was full of transcendental qualities, ordered his fortunate companions to gather the calves that had strayed away like meandering deer and follow him back to Vrindavana. Krishna displayed intense love and affection toward his friends by tending calves and playing with them. To bestow his mercy upon the world, Krishna performed many captivating pastimes in the mood of an ordinary boy. The cowherd boys carried bundles of delicious food items which their mothers had prepared in the morning, tied on sticks that rested on their shoulders. On the way home, Krishna noticed an ideal spot for a forest picnic just beside the Yamuna. "Look, my friends," said Krishna, "the birds are not flying here. It is a nice, quiet place, pleasing to the eyes and as comfortable as the lap of a mother. There are no footprints on the bank. Therefore, it is a perfect picnic site. Let the calves graze nearby while we honor Prasad." After hearing the statement of Krishna, who is the supreme transcendence and a marvelous person at the same time, the cowherd boys said, "You and I are the same. Since we feel hungry, you must also. So let us take Prasad." Krishna agreed. "Yes, what a splendid idea. Let us sit here and take Prasad." A circle of tall green trees whose branches joined overhead to form a natural canopy shaded the picnic spot. The earth, as pure and white as powdered camphor, looked as though it had been washed with liquid silver. A gentle breeze filled with droplets of water scented with the sweet smell of blossoming lotuses cooled and refreshed the entire area. That peaceful wind felt soothing to the touch and created a pleasing atmosphere along the bank of the Yamuna. With his golden effulgence, attractive bluish complexion, and elegant yellow dress, Krishna looked like the whirl of a lotus surrounded by 1,000 petals as he sat in the center, encircled by lines of cowherd boys. Krishna's intimate friends sat nearest him. They appeared like rays of the sun sitting in rows around the Lord. The innermost rays glowed with a reddish hue. As the rays moved further from the center, they displayed a gradation of colors from orange to yellow, green, blue, and violet. This rainbow-like display of colors looked attractive. Although the boys sat in different distances from the Lord, they each felt that Krishna was looking directly at them when he glanced their way. This pastime confirms the words of the learned sages who claim that everywhere are the Lord's eyes and faces as well as his arms and legs. At that time, Krishna said, "Oh, my friends, now please take all the foodstuffs off your carrying poles." Their full tiffins emitted brilliant effulgences in all directions. The cowherd boys placed their prasad on flowers or leaves on the rocks, the bark of trees, or on their chaddars. Some held the prasad on the auspicious lines of their palms, and a few put it on their strongly built thighs. Other boys artistically arrayed their best prasad on leaf plates and affectionately offered it to Krishna. As Krishna ate, he spoke sweet words that washed over his lips like a stream of nectar. Moving his hands in expressive mudras, Krishna took great pleasure entertaining the boys with witty words. They responded by telling funny jokes that filled Krishna with laughter. The blissful smiles on the lotus faces of the cowherd boys revealed the happiness of their hearts. Krishna's warm personal dealings increased the affection felt by his boyfriends. The whole scene appeared breathtaking. With a flute tucked tightly in his waist on the right side, and a buffalo horn and cow-driving stick tucked on his left side, Krishna's thin, perfectly shaped waist attracted the minds of everyone. Krishna ate some pickles with his right hand while holding a nice preparation of yogurt and rice in his left palm. With his hands moistened by these different foods, Krishna looked magnificently beautiful. Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and other denizens of heaven marveled at the extraordinary sight of Krishna eating with his friends in the forest. Due to his false ego, Brahma thought himself the supreme creator, but witnessing the awesome power of Krishna in killing Aghasura astounded him. He thought, "Krishna is the supreme controller of everything. Nevertheless, let me test his actual position." As one becomes a laughingstock by trying to measure the ocean with a yardstick or measuring the sky with a handspan, Similarly, Brahma became a laughingstock by his foolish attempt to fathom the unlimited transcendental power of Krishna by purloining his calves. Although similarities exist between Krishna and Brahma, or between a glowworm and the sun, the differences are vast. Both Brahma and Krishna have illusory energy, but Krishna alone enchants Brahma and the entire creation. The Gopas forgot all about the calves as they happily took prasad with Krishna. It appeared as if the Gopas' lips bathed in the radiance of their teeth as they joked and laughed. During this time, Brahma stealthily stole their calves. After some time, when the cowherd boys looked for the calves, they could not find them. Feeling sad and helpless, they appealed to Krishna, who is greater than Lord Shiva. "Oh, beloved friend, we cannot find any of our calves. It seems they have wandered far away, being greedy to eat fresh grass. Let us enter the forest and search for them." While listening, Krishna's face looked more charming than a splendid full moon. Smiling compassionately, Krishna spoke to mitigate their fear. "My dear friends, do not stop eating. Just stay here. I shall personally find the calves and bring them to you." Krishna put down his food and went to collect the calves. He looked very attractive, walking along with his flute, stick, and buffalo horn tucked in his dhoti. The wonderful effulgence of his body illuminated the entire forest. Although the area abounded with fresh grass, Krishna did not find hoof prints or any other sign of the calves, even after searching in all directions. Much to his surprise, when Krishna returned to the banks of the Yamuna, he could not find any of his cowherd boyfriends. Though temporarily exhibiting a touch of bewilderment, Krishna displayed his omniscience by concluding that Brahma, the supreme creator of the material world, had succumbed to his illusory potency and stolen both the calves and his boyfriends. The all-knowing Lord then employed his spiritual energy to expand himself into the exact forms of each one of the missing calves and boys. Krishna miraculously appeared with all of their attributes, including their individual moods, mannerisms, dress, ornaments, and carrying sticks. Then, playing his sweet flute, Krishna gladly proceeded home to Vrindavan. The Supreme Lord directly creates everything in this universe. He is the only cause and effect of all actions in this world. Nonetheless, the material world is full of Krishna's variegated transcendental pastimes. Because the Supreme Lord is unique, wonderful, and inconceivable, the universe displays the same qualities. As usual, the cowherd boys, who are now expansions of Krishna, dance gleefully to the captivating sound of Krishna's flute. Their frolicking steps enriched Mother Earth with the quality of bliss. Whistling on their panpipes, they called their beloved calves and returned to Vrindavan. When they arrived home, their mothers showered the same affection on them that they had previously shown to Krishna. Overflowing with parental love, each mother felt unlimited joy upon seeing her son, who was none other than Krishna. Previously, the Brajavasis had more affection for Krishna than for their own children, but now, for 1 year, they displayed ever-increasing affection toward their sons, the expanded forms of Krishna. The cowherd boy expansions of Subal, Sridham, and others pleased their mothers with their usual activities of bathing, eating, and dressing. Unlike other days, however, on that day the boys did not describe the pastimes they had enjoyed with Krishna. The calves ran to their respective mothers, who affectionately licked their bodies again and again, merging in an unlimited ocean of bliss. Overwhelmed with parental love, the cows mooed with deep, loving voices, and then slept with their calves. When Krishna returned home, Nanda picked him up, embraced him, and placed him on his lap. Nanda feared that his beard might scratch Krishna's delicate face, which is softer than a lotus. Lifting up Krishna's turban, Nanda Maharaj smelled his head and then affectionately kissed him. Although enjoying the highest pleasure just by smelling his son's head, Nanda cried when Krishna jumped off his lap to run to Mother Yashoda, the perfect form of parental love. Yashoda lovingly fondled her son, massaged him with fragrant oil, and bathed him to remove the dust from grazing the calves. Then she dressed Krishna in fresh clothing and fed him sumptuously. After satisfying her invincible son, who is the embodiment of eternity, Yashoda put him to rest on a comfortable bed covered with a mattress as white as the foam of milk. At sunrise the next day, Yashoda and the other mothers prepared their sons for going to the forest by carefully decorating them with different ornaments. After taking breakfast, all the boys met Krishna in the courtyard of his house. Since he could not proceed to the forest without first pleasing his parents, Krishna allowed Nanda and Yashoda to caress him to their heart's content. Even then they insisted on accompanying him to the edge of the forest. Collecting all his intimate friends in their calves, his own expansions, Krishna walked toward the forest. Krishna took the cowherd boys and calves to pasture near Govardhan Hill. When the cows that were already grazing on Govardhan Hill saw Krishna, they ran down the hill so fast that they appeared to be flying. Leaving their own calves and newborns behind, the cows displayed intense parental love toward Krishna and the calves accompanying him. In reality, Krishna had expanded as all these calves. Though trying, the cowherd men could not stop the cows with their sticks. Impelled by strong motherly affection, the cows mooed lovingly while smelling and licking these calves. They neither moved nor ate any grass. On the other hand, the boys could not restrain their calves. Neither the boys nor the cowherd men could separate the cows from those calves. The cowherd men felt pain in their legs from running after the calves. Upon seeing their sons, however, the expanded forms of Krishna, they forgot all pains and immersed in an ocean of parental love. The cowherd men felt supremely blissful from embracing their tender sons, smelling their heads, and kissing them. Placing them on their laps, they cried affectionately out of great joy, their chests drenched from the tears pouring from their eyes. Then, with great difficulty and reluctance, they gradually stopped embracing their sons and allowed them to return to Krishna. Balaram, although happy to see the intense love shared between the cows and calves, felt doubtful about it since the calves had already grown up and stopped sucking milk from their mothers. He pondered, "Aha! How astonishing! My affection and that of all the Brajavasis towards these boys and calves is increasing as never before. It perfectly resembles the love we all feel for Krishna, the supersoul of every living entity. This must be a display of the Lord's inconceivable energy, Achintya Shakti. Otherwise, how could I, the elder brother of that unborn Lord who wields the disc that destroys the illusory energy, become bewildered by some mystical display of Maya? Therefore, I will inquire from that crest jewel of all mystics." Balaram said, "Krishna, I'm amazed. I have faith that you possess superior intelligence beyond my comprehension. Now I can see that you alone have manifested yourself in different forms of these calves and boys. They are none other than expansions of your personal energy as four-armed Narayan forms. Please tell me, why have you done this?" Honoring Balaram's request, Yashodanandana satisfied him by describing the pastime from beginning to end. No one can count the unlimited waves of Krishna's blissful pastimes. After waiting a moment, in his celestial time standard, Brahma returned to Vrindavan. He was totally astonished to see Krishna playing with the boys and calves just as before, even though a year had passed by earthly calculation. Greatly bewildered, Brahma thought, "Are these the same calves I stole? Or have some other calves appeared in their place? Actually, it appears the calves I stole are all illusory, and that these are the real calves." Brahma's pride being crushed, he chastised himself for attempting to show off his paltry power before the unlimited potency of Lord Krishna, who mystifies the whole universe. Rather than bewildering the Lord, Brahma perplexed himself with his mystic force. This offensive act filled Lord Brahma with great remorse. As Brahma gazed at the boys, he saw them as four-hand Vishnu forms fully decorated with priceless ornaments and holding the four symbols of the Lord: Kanchal, lotus, club, disc. These forms embodied unlimited bliss and knowledge, and their combined effulgences surpassed the light of millions of suns and moons. Their bodily hairs stood erect in ecstasy, and the perspiration coming from their bodies resembled the globe-like universes rising from the pores of Lord Vishnu. All these Vishnu forms of bluish hue wore yellow silken garments that glowed like lightning. They were bedecked with jeweled earrings, crowns, necklaces, armlets, and glittering golden bangles that jingled sweetly. Swarms of buzzing bees hovered above the fresh, tender tulsi garlands that hung to their thighs. The tiny tinkling bells suspended from their golden belts emitted delicate, enticing sounds. Then Brahma saw that space, the time factor, the 3 modes of material nature, the 5 elements, the seasons, the 8 mystic perfections, the 9 planets, the 10 directions, the presiding deities of the senses, the 14 manus, and all the other aspects of the material creation had been subjugated by the potency of the Lord. They had taken personal forms to worship the Lord. Those Vishnu forms whose transcendental bodies shone with beauty and opulence blessed everyone with their compassionate sidelong glances. One can perceive this truth only by the mercy of the Lord. Understanding Brahma's bewilderment, Krishna at once removed the curtain of his Yogamaya. Then Brahma realized that Vasudeva is everything, and he immediately saw Vasudeva, the absolute truth, standing before him in Vrindavan as Krishna. With a stick, flute, and buffalo horn tucked in the sash around his neck, and a lump of rice and yogurt in his hand, the absolute truth, Sri Krishna, was searching everywhere for the calves and his coward friends. The transcendental form of Krishna acts as a rasayana life-giving tonic to all of his friends. After seeing this, Brahma hastily got down from his swan carrier and fell down before the Lord like a golden stick. He touched the lotus feet of Krishna with the tips of his 4 crowns, which appeared like the 4 golden peaks of Mount Sumeru. The effulgence of the costly jewels on these crowns seemed to be running out to touch the lotus feet of the Lord. The unlimited radiance of Krishna's toe rings, however, neutralized that effulgence. Merely by the touch of Krishna's splendid toenails, the effulgence of Brahma attained perfection. Offering his obeisances, Brahma bathed the feet of Krishna with his tears of joy. Krishna responded by exhibiting an extremely grave mood. As the puppet master of this entire pastime, Krishna moved everyone and everything according to his own desire. He enacted the drama to show the whole universe a wonderful display of his transcendental energy. Realizing the severity of his offense, Brahma offered obeisances again and again at the lotus feet of the Lord. Then Brahma, his head bent low and his body trembling, very humbly glorified Krishna with faltering words. O son of Brajaraj Nanda, all glory is to you. Your enchanting Gunja necklace shines brighter than the moon. A splendid forest garland swings on your transcendental body. Equipped with a herding stick, buffalo horn, and flute tucked in your belt, you stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hands. I glorify your wonderful transcendental body that is the source of consciousness. O Lord, you have displayed a unique manifestation of thousands of boys and calves just to bestow mercy upon me. All these Vishnu expansions are but transformations of your inconceivable energy. I cannot begin to perceive or properly praise your majestic opulences. O cause of all causes, all these boys and calves now have 4 hands holding conch, disc, mace, and lotus. They are the embodiments of bliss, knowledge, and all opulences. O unconquerable one, although you stand before me in your beautiful 2-armed form as a coward boy, your transcendental nature remains unchanged by this transformation. One who gives up the loving service of your lotus feet, which bestow unlimited bliss and enlightenment, and tries to enjoy material life derives nothing but the hard labor of the endeavor. It is just like the foolish attempt to gain rice grains by beating the empty husk of rice paddy. O unconquerable one, you are completely independent, yet you are overcome by the ocean of your own compassion. Therefore, to benefit the conditioned souls, you exhibit an unlimited reservoir of sweet transcendental pastimes. In ancient times there lived some intelligent Paramahamsas, the true ornaments among learned scholars. They expressed their genuine love for you by glorifying your nectarian qualities and remembering your lotus feet. Thus they attained eternal residence in your blissful abode. Ordinary Mahatmas cannot fathom your magnificence. One can realize your true glories only by rendering pure devotional service. But one cannot understand you just by cultivating scriptural knowledge. O Supreme Controller, you are an ocean of transcendental qualities. You have descended on earth to benefit everyone. If one could possibly count all the atoms in the earth, the stars in the sky, or the particles of snow, still he could not even know a single quality of yours. One who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, while patiently suffering the reactions of his past karma, and always serving you with his body, mind, and heart, will definitely inherit your inexhaustible abode. My disrespectful dealings towards you and your friends are reprehensible. You are the Supreme Controller and the foremost of all mystics. O Lord, just see my impudence. To test your power, I try to extend my illusory potency to cover you, but my potency covered and bewildered me instead. What am I compared to you? I am just like a small spark in the presence of a great fire. O Ocean of Mercy, I am the predominating deity of the mode of passion. Due to false ego, I became proud and blind to the truth. My mind is full of evil. But please consider that I too am your servant and therefore worthy of your compassion. Unlimited universes pass through the pores of the body of Mahavishnu, who is one of your expansions. Although I am in charge of this one apparently gigantic universe, what is the value of my lordship compared to your inconceivable power? Does a mother take offense when her child in her womb playfully kicks her? Similarly, you will not take offense with my misbehavior, since everything that exists is within you. O Supreme Controller, when you lie in the causal ocean, a lotus flower grows from your navel, and I take birth from that lotus flower. Therefore, you are my Father. Even if a son is disobedient and misbehaves, still the benevolent Father never shuns him, O Lord. You are the supersoul of all embodied beings. Taking the name Narayan, you are the resting place of all living entities. You embody unlimited patience and remain undisturbed in all situations. O Lord, not by the force of law, but by your will you lie in the water. You are free from all contamination and the shelter of all truths. Why did you suddenly reveal yourself when I could not see you clearly within my heart? O Lord, if your body belongs to the material creation, then how could the whole creation fit within your belly? Externally, this material world seems to be false, but it appears very real when it is within your belly. Since your body is made completely of consciousness, how could you be touched by matter? O Ocean of Mercy, though considered illusory, the material world is also actually real but temporary. You have created it as a reflection of the spiritual world, which is real and eternally existent. No one can understand the mysterious action of your spiritual energy. As direct expansions of you, all the calves and coward boys manifest eternal forms of bliss and knowledge. Even though these particular coward boys never existed before, it does not mean that they are illusory. If one accepts them as material, then he cannot comprehend their transcendental origin. A self-realized person exists beyond the limits of material illusion. Oh, today I have seen a display of your inconceivable potencies and matchless opulences. As the supreme mystic, you enchant everyone in the three worlds. You are the embodiment of bliss and knowledge, and your various forms are also made of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Your appearance in the material world cannot be compared with the birth of ordinary living entities. Your transcendental birth distinguishes you from any ordinary mystic yogi. You alone stood in the beginning of this pastime. Then by your own potency, you expanded into the forms of your many calves and friends. These forms were all four-armed and transcendental. Despite this mystic play of your unlimited opulence, you remain the same. Such are your playful transcendental pastimes. O Lord, for those who cannot comprehend your personal pastimes, you present yourself as the supersoul within their hearts. You are famous as the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. O Supreme Controller, all these are manifestations of your unlimited potencies. O Omnipotent One, you appear among the sages, demigods, and humans to benefit the pious and punish the miscreants. Your incarnations are completely transcendental and free from the contamination of the illusory energy. Although your body resembles that of an ordinary human within this material world, it is completely transcendental. Your face, hands, and legs are made of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. My Lord, you are the highest truth and the energetic source of all potencies. You possess all conceivable opulences and are the crest jewel in the crowns of the universal controllers. Without any effort, you can easily stop destined events or make the impossible possible. Your glories, therefore, are far beyond the ability of an insignificant person like me to describe. O Lord, you are the source of unlimited forms and incarnations. You are the greatest among self-realized yogis. Neither Lord Shiva nor I could ever possibly imitate your astonishing pastimes. There is no one in this universe that can understand even a fraction of your unique transcendental nature. O Supreme Controller, this temporary illusory universe differs from Vaikuntha, your spiritual realm, because it gives distress to everyone without exception. Since you are the personification of eternity, bliss, and knowledge, whenever you appear in this world, you manifest the joy of Vaikuntha. You are one without a second, the epitome of pleasure, and the embodiment of spiritual knowledge. You perfectly enact blissful, playful pastimes. You are an ocean of unlimited compassion for the conditioned souls. If one is favored by even a sidelong glance of your mercy, he can understand the greatness of your personality. O Lord, your effulgent transcendental body is full of spiritual bliss and free from all material contamination. Who can match your boundless qualities? As an intoxicated bee becomes absorbed in drinking the nectar of a flower, similarly the mind of a person who has received the mercy of a Sadguru becomes absorbed in tasting the nectar of your service. Indeed, such a wise and fortunate person is very rare in this world. Only your devotee, whose consciousness has become pure by serving your merciful lotus feet, can perceive the mysteries of your transcendental pastimes. Without rendering loving service unto you, even one who knows all the Vedas will fail to understand you. Ah, even the personified Vedas could not attain the dust of your lotus feet. Anyone born in Vrindavan is the most fortunate of men. Also blessed are those who contact the pollen from the lotus feet of your eternal associates. After all, your family, beloved friends, character, opulences, holy Dham of Vrindavan are nothing but expansions of you. Therefore, my dear Lord, please allow me to take birth as a bird, human being, or even as a creeper in Vrindavan. I desire such a position because you derive great pleasure from the service rendered by all these creatures, such as the cows, bulls, birds, and parrots. By taking any type of birth in Vrindavan, I will give up my false ego and attain the opportunity to serve your lotus feet, which are the storehouse of unlimited treasures. The Brajavasis are the most glorious of all living entities. They have attained the summit of all pious activities. Although you are the shelter of everything in creation, you take shelter of the residents of Vrindavan. Although you are the matchless, omnipotent, absolute truth, you make friends with the Brajavasis and live amongst them as their greatest treasure. What could be more amazing than this? O Lord of creation, you expanded yourself as thousands of calves to drink the milk of Braja's cows. Who can estimate the limits of the good fortune of these pious cows? Lord Shiva, myself, and the other presiding deities of the 11 senses utilize the senses of the Brajabasis as cups through which we repeatedly drink the intoxicating beverage of the honey nectar of your lotus feet. By this divine connection, we have also become fortunate. However, the good fortune enjoyed by the Brajabasis who directly and intimately serve you is beyond description. Dressing attractively like your mother, Putana smeared deadly poison on her breast and came to kill you. Yet you mercifully promoted her to the spiritual world. How could you possibly repay the Brajabasis who have given you everything they have? Just thinking about this bewilders my mind. O Lord, until one surrenders to your lotus feet, he will remain in a fallen condition, imprisoned by the contamination of lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and madness. O dearest of everyone, without a doubt, only pious and intelligent persons can know your inconceivable qualities. Definitely your glories are beyond the comprehension of my body, mind, and words. O friend of the fallen, please allow me to resume the post of Brahma that you have given, and let me return to my abode named Satyaloka. You know the desires of all living entities in creation. Therefore, since I am residing in this world, you also know my desire. Unlike a mundane person, you never forget anything, and you are the embodiment of bliss and knowledge. O Lord, I offer my obeisances at your lotus feet. Having thus offered his prayers, Brahma circumambulated Lord Krishna and returned to Satyaloka. Chakradhara, that is Krishna, holder of the disc, rejoined his calves that sat peacefully munching on fresh grass. Rotating his stick above his head, Krishna signaled to the calves to go back home. The calves ran so quickly that the half-eaten grass fell out of their mouths onto the ground. After bewildering Lord Brahma, the Supreme Brahman, in the form of a human being, took the calves, which were still sitting where they were a year earlier, and brought them to the riverbank, where he had previously enjoyed a picnic with his boyfriends. Yogis perceived this pastime, and they laughed in transcendental bliss. As soon as the cowherd boys saw Krishna, the peerless jewel, they no longer felt the distress of separation in their minds. Although the boys had passed an entire year apart from the Lord of their lives, due to the covering of Krishna's illusory potency, they felt the year to be half a moment. The cowherd boys said to Krishna, "O brother, you have quickly returned after defeating the soldiers of the enemy. We have not eaten even a morsel of food in your absence." Illuminated by their bright smiles, the faces of the boys looked very sweet and beautiful. Then the cowherd boys surrounded their beloved friend Krishna, the remover of all fear. The cowherd boys continued, "Please take your meal without distraction." The loving friendship they shared with Krishna freed the boys from all types of agony and distress. Seeing their happy faces, Krishna felt unlimited joy within his heart. After relishing this wonderful exchange of transcendental love, Krishna decided to conclude the joyful picnic and return home. Krishna tried to cheer up the boys in order to alleviate the fatigue they felt in their arms and legs from playing so many games. To get relief from the scorching sunshine, Krishna and his friends put on refreshing flower garlands and laid down under the shade of a big tree. Using the thigh of one boy for a pillow, Krishna rested briefly. Above their heads, the sun crossed the courtyard of the sky to enter his house and meet his loving wife, the western direction. To reduce the fiery pain of separation he felt from his wife during the day, the sun radiated blistering heat waves on the people of the earth. Seeing the sun disappearing with his wife, the lotus flowers lost their luster and felt unhappy. As the rays of the setting sun reflected across the ocean of the sky, Krishna decided to bring the calves back home to Vrindavan. When the cowherd boys blew on their flutes and buffalo horns to call the calves, the vibration echoed in all directions. Feeling empty and unhappy, the cowherd boys reluctantly left the forest to return home when they saw rain clouds racing across the evening sky. Taking pleasure in associating with the Lord of their heart, the boys gathered all the calves and quickly walked home. Noticing the remnants of the huge body of the dead serpent Aghasura, the cowherd boys thought of using it as a cave for future pastimes. Then they reached the edge of the village. Eager to drink their mother's milk, the calves extended their front legs and tried to run quickly. But because their affectionate Lord Krishna moved behind them, their rear legs refused to cooperate with the front ones, and thus they could not run very fast. As Krishna approached Vrindavan, a flow of nectar poured from his lips as he played sweetly on his flute. The ears of the Brajavasis bathed in spiritual bliss by drinking that ambrosia. They felt the ultimate joy in seeing his lovely form. Beholding the beauty of Krishna brought life back to their bodies that had died in his separation. Due to intense affection, the hearts of Nanda and Yashoda melted in ecstasy. Allured by the sweet sound of Krishna's flute, they hurried to the town gate to greet him. Although Krishna, the universal guru and vanquisher of demons, had killed the demon Aghasura 1 year earlier, the cowherd boys thought that on that very day Krishna had killed the demon. The mothers of the boys greeted them happily and beautified them by cleansing the dust from their bodies. With excitement and animation, the cowherd boys told the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. They said, "Mother, Krishna is the crest jewel of all magicians. We personally saw his astounding activities. Our hearts filled with joy as we watched him perform impossible feats. Once Krishna came and saved us when we were trapped in a devastating fire that burned us like poison." The cowherd boys of Vrindavan felt the passage of a year to be but a moment. They explained the pastimes of Krishna in great detail. Pointing with his right index finger, Brajaraj Nanda ordered his royal attendants to serve Krishna. After bathing him, they fed him food and drinks. Then Krishna, of reddish eyes and charming character, found relief in their tender care. His body excelled the softness of a sarisa flower and the coolness of camphor. After Mother Yashoda tenderly fondled her beloved son, Nanda asked Krishna to take rest. Nanda Maharaj said, "Yashoda, as a wealthy man keeps his clothes and servants in separate rooms, now I think we should make a separate room for Krishna to sleep in." Smiling slightly, Yashoda replied, "But it seems that only a few days have passed since his birth. Even now he can hardly protect himself. I cannot live a moment without having him sit on my lap." Understanding her heart, Nanda Maharaj replied with gentle words, "O Yashoda, your memory is not very good. From the moment of his birth, you have enjoyed the wealth of his pastimes. On one side, we are very wealthy." But not replying, Yashoda communicated her approval. Nanda felt elated to see her response, so the next day he built special quarters for Krishna. Despite unlimited personal efforts, one cannot understand the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. Even though he outwits the best of yogis, Lord Brahma became totally bewildered by this tiny boy. During this time, Krishna killed a variety of demons like Vatsasura, Bakasura, and Aghasura. Krishna also bewildered Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, while enjoying a picnic on the bank of the Yamuna. Thus ends the description of the Kumara Leela of Lord Sri Krishna.
Vande Krishna Nanda Kumara, Vande Krishna Nanda Kumara, Nanda Kumara Moana Rupa, Nanda Kumara Moana Rupa, Moana Rupa Madana Gopal, Moana Rupa Madana Gopal, Govinda Hare Gopal.
Chapter 7. The Bewilderment of Lord Brahma. The Killing of Vatsasura. Upon reaching Vrindavan, the cowherd men formed a temporary settlement. Using their hundreds of bullock carts, they made a boundary wall in the shape of a half-circle, Chatikar, extending from Kaliyadaha on the bank of the Kalindi to Govardhan Hill, and north to the region of Nandishvara. At that time, Nanda Maharaj's capital of Nandishvara and all its good qualities had not yet manifested. As fire can merge within fire, and water can merge within water, similarly the transcendental qualities of Nanda's old capital of Mahavana entered into the temporary new capital at Chatikar. Since the wealth of these two cities was one in all respects, then how can I separately describe the wealth of Vrindavan? The varieties of exotic birds singing and flying about there increase the enchantment.
Listen. What oils? The pressure is un potato pressure oils.
Everything had happened perfectly by the will of the Lord. Beginning with the Polindas, aborigines, all the people in Vrindavan felt blissful just by performing their usual domestic duties. As the cows enjoyed the plentiful supply of fresh sweet grass, they soon forgot all about the pastures of Mahavana. Without their knowledge, the Brajabasis had inherited the storehouse of Kuvera's wealth and the 8 jewels of mystic perfection. Concealing his unlimited opulence, Aishvarya, Krishna continued to perform his amazing pastimes in the role of an innocent child. Sometimes, due to unavoidable circumstances, Krishna revealed his hidden opulences. After living in Chatikar for some time, Krishna displayed his pastime of tending cows. Although he had many gopas to care for his 9 lakhs of cows, the king of Vrindavan had to yield to the repeated requests of his mischievous son. Under the influence of Yogamaya, Nanda Maharaj decided to engage his beloved son Krishna in tending the cows. Nanda and Yashoda forever exist as the unparalleled examples of transcendental parental love. Hearing that her husband considered engaging her tender son in such demanding work, Yashoda protested. How could you ask your son, who is sitting on his mother's breast, to accept such a painful engagement? Then, that wonderfully splendid boy who displays a sweet variety of enchanting pastimes spoke to his mother. Mother, do not interfere with my cherished desire to tend the cows. I will not listen to your words or consider your feelings regarding this. Impatient due to his childish nature, Krishna continued, Mother, please give me permission. My friends and I will experience great fun in tending the cows. Is there anyone in this world who would not enjoy such work? Hearing Krishna's words, Mother Yashoda kept quiet and gave up her attempt to stop him. Brajaraj Nanda was surprised by his wife's sudden silence regarding this matter. Then he chose an auspicious day for Krishna to take out the cows. That day, Balaram and all the cowherd boys met in the Goshala. After selecting some calves for Krishna, Nanda Maharaj handed him a red stick for controlling them. Seeing his mother and father following him into the forest, Krishna asked them to return home. He said, "We are experienced in tending calves. Do not worry about us." His parents said, "All right, but for today do not wander far with the calves and come home soon." After preventing Nanda and Yashoda from going any further, Krishna, Balaram, and the other boys showed their expertise in tending the calves. Krishna's ecstasy grew day by day as he joyfully tended the calves. Krishna wandered about, and he covered Vrindavan with the shama blue color of his bodily effulgence, which shone more brilliantly than a cluster of blue lotus flowers. From all directions in the heavens, the demigods watching Krishna's wonderful pastimes with the calves fell unconscious in boundless joy. Both the celestials and the Brajabasis enjoyed the fun. The astonishing pastimes of Krishna and Balaram continually filled their parents with delight. Every day before sunrise, the kind-hearted Yashoda, who knows all moral laws and can purify everyone in the three worlds, tenderly woke up Krishna. After cleansing his mouth, she rubbed Krishna with fragrant oil, bathed him, anointing his eyes with cudgels, smeared his body with sandalwood pulp, dressed him, and decorated him with valuable ornaments. Then she happily fed Krishna many tasty, nourishing foods. Yashoda followed behind Krishna when he went out with the cows. Brimming with parental love, Yashoda said, "Krishna, I will go with you to a particular place and then return home." After a short time, however, Krishna spoke some considerate words to prevent Yashoda from going any further. A splendid flower garland swung on Krishna's chest as he walked with his brother and friends. Every day they took the calves to a place full of succulent grass. After tasting the fresh green grass, the calves would jump around in jubilation. Krishna passed his days absorbed in various childhood pastimes with his calves and friends. Every morning Yashoda prepared delicious food for Krishna and sent it out to the forest. That food parcel contained enjoyable items that could be licked, chewed, drunk, and sucked. The preparations were also warm and appealing. Upon receiving it, Krishna, Haladar, and the cowherd boys sat down in a circle and ate the food while laughing and joking. After eating, they continued tending the cows. The ankle bells of Krishna filled the forest with captivating sounds, and the touch of his tender lotus feet stimulated the heart of Mother Earth. In the late afternoon, Krishna returned from the pastures with the boys and calves. Yashoda, the wife of the crest jewel of Vrindavan, eagerly waited to receive her beloved son. Looking toward the forest and listening attentively, she swelled with anticipation over his return. Engaging the household servants in other duties, Mother Yashoda personally did the service of cleansing Krishna's face and limbs when he came home. After feeding him some nourishing foods, she laid Krishna to rest on a jeweled inlaid bedstead. Once upon a time, a demoniac follower of Kamsa, a devout worshipper of Durga, disguised himself as a calf to mix with Krishna's calves. Just as an open well concealed by tall grass waits to trap an unsuspecting bull elephant, this demon pretended to be a friend, though actually he was a thief. Krishna, the crest jewel of omniscience, immediately recognized the Asura impostor and said to Balaram, "Hey, Dauji, does this calf belong to Vrindavan? Or is it a man disguised as a calf?" The playmates of Krishna could not determine the calf's identity. With his left hand, which resembled a gentle lotus flower, Krishna caught the demon by the hind legs, whirled him overhead like a firebrand, and smashed him to death in the top of a kapita tree. Assuming a huge, grotesque form, the demon immediately died. Krishna gave Brahman liberation to that demon, who was a great former mystic yogi. Brahma, Shiva, and the other demigods appreciated Krishna's effortless act of killing Vatsasura and came to congratulate him. An expert such as Krishna can easily perform impossible tasks. Therefore, such deeds are not at all astonishing. Krishna, the vanquisher of all demons, looked exceedingly attractive while engaging in his pastimes. The life of the lotus flowers gradually faded away with the diminishing rays of the sun. Seeing the sun slipping behind the dark curtain of the sky, Krishna called his calves and returned home. Although the character and pastimes of Krishna defy comprehension, they perfectly suit his age and charming personality as the beautiful cowherd boy of Vrindavan. When the boys and calves approached the edge of town, their respective mothers happily greeted them. Nanda, Yashoda, and the Vrindavan gopis received Krishna, Balaram, and their own children with an outpouring of love and affection. But the boys resisted when their mothers tried to pick them up and carry them home. The coward boys excitedly told Yashoda how Krishna sent a big demon to the house of death without even fighting him. As usual, upon arriving home, Krishna was massaged with oil, bathed, anointed with sandalwood pulp, and dressed. Then Krishna ate his evening meal with his father and retired for a pleasurable rest.
Dayal Prabhu Dina Dayal Dina Dayal Prabhu Dina Dayal
Dina Dayal Prabhu Dina Dayal Dina Dayal Prabhu Dina Dayal
Tumi Parama Doyal Prabhu Parama Dayal
Tumi Parama Dayal Prabhu Parama
The celebration of Krishna's birthday. One year, Nanda Maharaj organized a grand festival, Nandotsava, to celebrate Krishna's auspicious birthday. Krishna sat upon a celestial golden throne, and all the Braja gopis came to worship him. The loud pounding of the bheri drums, the dinga sounds from the mridangas and dundubis, the bob from the mandalas, and the skillful the auspicious festival of Krishna's birthday. The joyous vibration his friends, and the object of the gopis' love, sat quietly on his asana accepting arti. Then, with great enthusiasm, the Brajabasis joyfully offered gifts to Krishna and gave him a variety of creamy milk sweets. To properly complete the festival, Yashoda had her servants invite the general public. Yashoda offered palatable food to the wives of the village leaders, the married women, and the young girls of Vrindavan. Nanda Maharaj invited the cowherd men such as Sananda, Upananda, and their wives to take sumptuous food cooked by Rohini, the crest jewel among women. When the cowherd men arrived, Yashoda honored their youngest sons by worshipping them and offering pearl necklaces. Though pained by separation from their husband, first time. While bathing in the lake of Krishna's exquisite beauty, the unmarried gopis expressed their desire to be his wives by offering him mental flowers scented with camphor. They became shy, however, when Krishna accepted their proposal with a favorable glance. No one could detect the infinite bliss the gopis now relished within their hearts. At that time, Krishna's pet parrot leapt aside and landed on the lotus feet of a gopi whose heart throbbed with love. Hoping to develop a relationship with Krishna, that excited gopi respectfully welcomed the parrot. Understanding the hint of the parrot, Krishna cast the fresh lotus garland of his glance toward Radha, the daughter of Vrishabhanu. Krishna's glance seemed to say, "O parrot, I saw this gopi Radha looking at me from the watchtower as I took the cows to the forest." No one else saw this secret exchange of sweet love. Understanding that Radha's body had become slender due to her purva rag, Krishna looked upon her with great compassion. Then Yashoda, shining with all auspicious qualities, smiled gently and took lotus-faced Radhika and the other gopis to another room to feed them. After worshipping his best cows with scents and garlands, Brajaraj Nanda escorted the guests to a wide jeweled veranda and sat them down on wooden seats. Then he bathed their feet, performed achman, and offered argh. Nanda arranged for Rohini and the wives of Sunanda and Upananda to respectfully serve them first-class food and drink on golden plates. At the conclusion of the meal, Nanda personally gave them betel nut, cardamom, scents, garlands, and ornaments. After the elderly men, children, and babies had eaten the feast, the married women and girls sat down in 2 rows to eat. Radhika and others received respect according to their position. Yashoda swam in an ocean of happiness as she personally served the gopis. In a voice that sounded as sweet as pattering raindrops of nectar, Yashoda spoke to each guest, "Please do not feel shy. Just eat to your heart's content." Yashoda affectionately served everyone and then honored them with offerings of betel nuts, garlands, ointments, sindura, and gold embroidered cloth. Finally, Yashoda, the crest jewel of good fortune, embraced each of the gopis before sending them home. Smiling broadly, Yashoda distributed the remnants of the feast to the sinless residents of the village. Nanda Maharaj presented gifts to the dancers and musicians while Yashoda blessed them with her upraised palm. Upon concluding the festival, Yashoda thought holding such a festival every day would surely fulfill all her desires. For a moment she felt a touch of sadness, fearing that she may not have fully satisfied all the guests. Playing ball. After his birthday festival, Krishna and his boyfriend spent the days in the forest herding the cows. While walking, they rolled clusters of kunda flowers into balls, which looked just like sesame seed ladus, and bombarded each other's bodies with infallible aim. The boys enjoyed this sport very much. Sometimes they threw the balls high in the sky, as if to tantalize the Swarga Devis, the demigoddesses. At other times they threw them horizontally, as if making earrings for the deities of the directions. Running along with his companions, the son of the king of Vrindavan absorbed himself in playing. He did not even stop for a moment's rest. To catch a ball thrown high above his head, Krishna looked up, held his tilted turban with his left hand, and caught the ball perfectly in his right hand. Whenever Krishna threw a ball high in the sky, he gracefully raised his right hand and squinted his eyes to reduce the glare of the sun. With his curly hair flying about, Gopal played for hours on end with his friends. His face and body covered in perspiration, Krishna looked like the autumnal full moon studded with pearls. When the game ended, Krishna took shelter of some shady trees to relieve his fatigue. One friend spread his cloth on the ground as a bed. One friend fanned Krishna with leaves, and another massaged his feet. In this way, the cowherd boys humbly served Krishna. The boyfriends of the Lord, who had performed heaps of pious activities, expressed varieties of blissful rasas as they passed their days herding cows with Krishna, the supreme soul of all.
Kesava Madhava Dina Dayal, Kesava Madhava Dina Dayal.
Kesava Madhava Dina Dayal, Kesava Madhava Dina Dayal.
Itabashana Puri, Mayurera Shikoduri.
The killing of Denakasura. The demigods felt great satisfaction as they flew in the sky above Vrindavan, watching Krishna's blissful cowherding pastimes. The happiness of Krishna and Balaram increased moment after moment as they played with their friends. One day, everyone listened to Krishna narrate the glories of Vrindavan's trees, creepers, bees, deer, and animals to his elder brother. Due to the hot sun, drops of perspiration appeared on the foreheads of Krishna and Balaram. To relieve their exhaustion, they rested in the shade of some thick foliage. The cowherd boys, while laughing and speaking sweetly, removed the fatigue of Krishna and Balaram by offering various items. These personal services increased their affection for Krishna more and more. Sometimes Krishna comforted Balaram by personally massaging his feet and offering other services. Feeling refreshed, Krishna and Balaram ignored the hot sun and played again with the cowherd boys, laughing gleefully in great delight. Overcome with merriment, they followed the cows into the forest. Everyone relished a festive mood, bathing in the natural aura of Krishna's sweet love. With a stream of honey-dipped words, the boys spoke to Krishna, who is generous, attractive, expert in all types of sports, full of matchless strength, and the best among all worthy persons. The cowherd boys said, "O Krishna, supreme enjoyer and all-powerful one, please hear us. Our bodies can no longer tolerate the severe hunger we feel. Nearby is a forest of tall palm trees, full of mouth-watering fruits. The sweet aroma of those ripened fruits attracts our minds. Simply shaking the trees will bring all the luscious fruits to the ground. Our desire to have those fruits is very great. If you think it is a good idea, then let us go to that tall forest." After hearing this, Krishna agreed to satisfy their desires by entering the forest guarded by the evil Dhenuka. While observing the beauty of the forest, Krishna stated his intentions to take the fruits. The branches of the trees bent down from the weight of the ripened bright orange tala fruits. The tightly packed clusters of fruits appeared like one big fruit. The fruit trees practically touched the clouds and were beyond the reach of the common people. The fragrance of the tala fruits pleased the entire earth. Being greedy for that fragrance, the wind stole it and made a rustling sound in the leaves of the trees as it ran away. Krishna glanced happily at those trees and gave the command, "Pick the fruits!" The cowherd boys threw stones at the tall fruits with their restless hands. Dhenuka, a demon in the form of a donkey, exploded with anger upon hearing the loud sound of the falling fruits. Suddenly, the sky darkened from a huge dust cloud created by the scratching of Dhenuka's hooves, and the earth trembled from the stomping of his feet. His deafening roar frightened the demigods. Ignoring the other boys, Dhenuka brayed louder than thunder while attacking Krishna and Balaram. Before the invincible lords, Dhenuka looked like a grasshopper jumping into a fire. Intending to kill them, he charged Balaram and violently kicked the lord's chest with the hooves of his hind legs. With the fingers of his left hand, Balaram seized Dhenuka by his hooves and threw him into the top of a palm tree. The demon groaned loudly and died. Seeing the death of Dhenuka, his fellow ass demons sought revenge for the loss of their close friend. Large numbers of strong donkeys immediately attacked Krishna and Balaram, but the two brothers easily killed them all. Abundant fruits fell from the trees and piled up on the ground below, which turned muddy from the juice of so many broken fruits. The boys threw the unripe fruits around in play. Knowing the rules of purity, they did not touch the fruits contaminated by the blood of the demons. Just smelling the strong fragrance of the tall fruits satisfied them. Krishna, Balaram, and the cowherd boys collected the cows while admiring the stout trees of the forest. Noticing the arrival of afternoon, Krishna made his way back to Vrindavan. Krishna, the crest jewel of lovers, performed human-like feats while playing his flute and wandering on the bank of the Manasi Ganga. The pleasant evening breeze carried the clouds of dust raised by the hooves of the cows returning to Vrindavan. The dust appeared to kiss the cowherd boys as it slowly sprinkled down on their hair and turbans. The Brajagopis, watching intently from the rooftops, lost their minds upon hearing the melodious sound of Krishna's flute and seeing his delightful face. Conveying his secret attachment, Krishna glanced lovingly toward them with his lotus petal eyes before entering his house. When Krishna and Balaram arrived, Yashoda and Rohini enthusiastically cleansed the dust from their bodies, washed and rubbed them with oil, and bathed them. After dressing and ornamenting the two brothers, they fed them and laid them down to rest. By nature, Krishna is an unfathomable ocean of sweetness and the best among all qualified persons. His beauty illuminates the whole universe and dispels the lamentation from the hearts of his obedient followers.
Muralir Vane Tule Mule Radha Namo
Ramam bhajami Govinda Hari Purusha Ramam bhajami Venu Kwanantam Maravinda Varatosha Bhavata Sasita Buddha Shuddhara Kanda Pakoti Kamalia Vishesha Shobha Govinda Hari Purusham Namaham Bhajami Hadaniya Jas Vyamiti Mati Vashanti Bhanti Bhalanti Shira Jaganti Anandachimaya Sidhu Jala Vigrasya Govinda Hari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Hari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Jai Radha Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Jai Radha Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Jai Radha Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Jai Radha Jai Radha Lalita Vishakha Radha Lalita Vishakha Jai Radha Jai Radha Lalita Vishakha Radha Lalita Vishakha Jai Radha Jai Radha Jai Radha Jai Radha Radhe 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 Jaya 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 Ugrana Simha Jaya Ugrana Simha Ugrana Simha Jaya Ugrana Simha Ugrana Simha Jaya Yashoda Maya Jaya Damodara Damodara Jaya Jaya Shanam Jaya Shanam Jaya Shanam Dhira Jaya Govardhana Dhira Jaya Dhira Jaya Jaya Vrindari Jaya Tulasmara Jaya Vrindari Jaya Tulasmara Vrindari Jaya Tulasmara Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Krishna Padaya Krishna Padaya Jai Bhakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Rama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Padaya Bhakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauranga Prasarine Namaste Saraswati Prasarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauranga Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Also would confess. And we so I mistakenly great partnership. This one.
Don't use it for water. It's simply fall down. As he was carrying the table with the yeah, don't go my friend. No, it's like everybody cover this one to work. I asked her that day, say the white one wet, they transparent. I don't understand. No, beside fish, you put that, I will carry and come here.
No, nobody see.
I don't tire. This one they cover the thing because you know why. Eh?
Important how. Why will come and the doors and everything?
Don't cry out loud. Like about lady. The Lord is trying to make her so clean.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
कृष्ण प्रभु जी धनोतना प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु धनोतना प्रभु जी तीसरा बात बोलो प्रभु जी। तो ये आपको डिस्टर्ब कर रहा हूँ सॉरी। एक दो मिनट बात कर सकते हैं आपसे। महाराज जी आपसे पूछने के लिए बोले थे। उनका एक शिष्य है ब्रह्मचारी तो गाना से वो मायापुर आ रहे हैं लीडरशिप कोर्स के लिए। आई थिंक 4 महीने तक कुछ रुकेंगे। फिर वो रहने का प्रसारण का व्यवस्था करने के लिए फिर हमको जगत गुरु प्रभु से कांटेक्ट किया। प्रभु जी बोले 7 दिन के लिए अकोमोडेशन प्रसाद दे सकते हैं उसके बाद अपना देखना पड़ेगा बोले। फिर हम उनको पूछे थे प्रभु जी दूसरा कुछ उपाय है क्या। फिर वो बोले श्रुति भवन या नहीं तो मायापुर इंस्टीट्यूट कैंपस है करके बोले। फिर जब मैं महाराज जी को बोला था ये फिर महाराज जी बोले एक बार प्रभु जी से पूछ लीजिए से कुछ हो सकते तो फिर हो जाएगा नहीं तो फिर दूसरा कुछ देखना पड़ेगा इस करके। ये प्रभु जी ब्रह्मचारी है सेपरेट ब्रह्मचारी है काना से वो आएंगे कल निकल रहे इधर से 13 तारीख दोपहर में पहुंचेंगे। मैं तो कौन से दोपहर 2-3 बजे। फिर आप अपन
A big party.
4 महीने
Come to go that downstairs.
I know our face is very cute.
अरे आपने तबीयत ठीक है स्माइल करो हाइट
चलो was a serious discussion. Drag the camera.
You cannot do anything about it.
Why? Contact from here, then we will reply there.
But you can do something. Okay, now, see, if you are doing another sound. But you know, I'm not looking at the sound. Yes, immediately. And I refer.
You told you send the
You should stop listening.
they will only take part in the
I don't mind. I don't depend on the way you want to do those things. On a bed, you don't need anybody for you. You can't know people for this thing. See, the last time, you knew the investor. She not be there, but this woman, car came to come and pick her in the night to go and party. She's a brahmana. If it is another person, you will hear announcement, then I don't want to suspect them. Why is it changing? Why is it like this? You that one time, they talk, they were saying, you don't know where you go, and then nobody started saying English. For what?
I think it's this thing. This thing is not ordinary. This is ordinary.
Even because the person keep quiet, even my travel, she's behind it. Because the person just they keep quiet, they accept your shop and down.
No. I don't know if I'm doing because I was staying with them. I know this is not ordinary. And they know. And
Your mother, if they were
you know.
come my daddy dance and you do anything. Don't use bad pay back. Don't use bad pay back. All the person just they keep quiet.
It's not coming for this ancestor to connect with that. Say Prabhu should not speak to his mother. Say the mother could care, we discuss and we can say he is not doing in front of me.
Oh, Krishna. Krishna, I passed.
Your body is telling me, I am not supposed to have this. This is not anywhere in my chart, anywhere, nothing. This is abnormal. See? Massive, Atlas. Yes. Brand new one. Very sharp. I'm surprised my hand is still here. Yes, not one, not two. And I think it was just the skin flesh wound, but only some stitches. Serious stitches, for like almost 1 month. That's not double. They became afraid because they were not expecting that. Those storms, yeah. Look at that with one. Every cuts for that. This one two times. This one I can't because see very small. They wanted to cut my neck. Then I'm like this, like this, you know. So they just kept. After this one, I can't really very small one compared to when the guy noticed that. Wow. He kicked me. And then I got up. I was still fighting. Then they became alarmed. They became scared when they ran away. And then I also had Tila, everything.
What is dress?
Yes,
It was okay.
Only I think the is small.
What?
Oh.
No.
T-shirts.
On
The
shirts
blouse
are
is-
small. It's not protection.
Yes,
It's not saving.
we also know because I finished Java with it in 4 hours that morning. I did Java with him in 4 hours. Yes. I finished Java with him in the morning. Then we went down to our program and I left. I was going home because I needed to go and pick some things for my mom. Early in the morning, 4:50. Well, after this thing, I went backwards. I was sitting somewhere because then my blood was gushing over everywhere like this. My mind, I was thinking,
He carried on.
I think carrying. In my mind, I was thinking, see, Abu, when something happened to you, your body will tell you. Those people that carried me, they were waiting for me to come outside. The transport, the keke, because I was in the car. I was in a tuk-tuk. The auto rickshaw, yes. They were waiting for me to come outside. How did they know I was coming outside? Like, it was 4:30, 4:40 in the morning time. At that time, I didn't look out. I just came out and then they just drive again. The auto rickshaw, those guys, they were in the auto rickshaw. They just immediately I came out from this our gate, they just drive and came. No, I was one who kept it there. I was one who kept it there. Just hold it and come. Yes. After this happened, and the road started calling. She was the second person to call. She was the second person to call me. And she didn't call me. And I was speaking with Bugana Sundari Matavi. Then she grabbed the phone from Bugana Sundari Matavi. Damodara! Hi! I heard this, that happened to you. How are you? Babu, if you are telling me something and it's not from your heart, I will do. Babu, be careful. You can be careful, you cannot.
I should be careful.
Yes, Babu, I will know.
I don't eat that food.
Immediately, my subconscious tell me she's the one. She's the one. But then, like you said, I never had anything.
You know, office. I mean, first when you go around with the, I feel like no, not this. It can take some time to come out.
You felt when I came to this person, she felt I was a threat for her in the kitchen. Because everybody's like, oh, Damodara is bad. Come on, you came, this shit. I'm telling you, nothing. It's not a movie around the gate. What is the kitchen?
Hey, strong. Yes. 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 He came back. Yes. I don't do like Indian anymore. I do sugar syrup. Toast the suji, toast the nuts, keep it aside. Then make sugar syrup. Then after it's taken, I just pour inside this thing. I started molding. Start molding. It's hot. Yes, it's hot. Then after you come home, I start molding. But when you pour the sugar,
It remains soft. Also,
but one I saw online.
and people do like this. Roast it. So that we could leave or something to
Yes, so
that will not stay. It will stay down.
yeah, that's why I started doing it. But the first one I did, it got bad.
This is the best. Only in this program, you can hide. And this one. You can have you should be able to get sugar syrup thickness in the heat.
Mm.
It should not be too thick and it should not be like hot or that is once you use by 2 times in your going to start. I'm so very good. It's looking very nice. I asked you. I end it like that. Haribol. Mataji, Mara is going to give class mostly. So he's there
Okay,
downstairs.
thank you.
So
Thank
we
you,
are
Guruji.
leaving.
We'll share the link with the
Haribol, thank
devotees to
you.
join the class.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Yesterday, the
Hare
Damodara was
Krishna.
there in the evening. I think there are some problem. We just recorded it and uploaded it. I hope it's uploaded by
Okay,
now. It was
okay,
very
okay. That's what we
nice.
were checking. Yeah, we were checking. We didn't saw,
It
so
was
we'll
uploaded.
check if it.
It was uploaded.
Okay,
I don't know
Prabhu.
by now it's uploaded or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Haribol.
doesn't show yet. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. This will be our timing for the morning program with Srila Gurudev for the next 1 month at least. So, around 12 o'clock every day, Indian Standard Time, we'll have the Bhoga offering. So, thank you so much, Sharanagati Mataji, Ratnagi Radha Mataji, for your very heartfelt offerings, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna. And today evening for the Radha Shunya class as well. Hari Hari.